So here we are at Dragon Spunk Farm, a tiny farm in the Bayview Hunters Point of San Francisco. It's tucked between the freeways, and it's this little Garden of Eden. And it's appropriate in such a tiny farm to be talking about a tiny vegetable. I'm here to talk about microgreens today that they're growing here at Dragon Spunk Farms. Microgreens, they're kind of bigger than a sprout, but smaller than a baby green. And they come in these gorgeous colors. Right here we have a rainbow radish microgreen. And they are beloved by chefs because you can sprinkle some of them on top of a sculpted appetizer, and they're beautiful, and they also give you a nice, strong flavor. But my question was, for those of us who are not eating in fancy restaurants, do these things hold any nutritional value, or are they just kind of pretty garnishes? And as I did my research, I found out that we actually can get so much nutrition from these tiny greens. They punch way above their size as vegetables. And they're basically micro vegetables that have been harvested long before they grow into the big vegetable. And you can use the regular seed that you use to grow the big vegetable, but just harvest it early. And what happens is that seed pumps all of its nutrients into that early set of leaves in order to protect them and make them grow. And you benefit from all that when you eat these early. And that's why microgreens tend to have 5 to 10 times the nutrients of the big daddy vegetable. It turns out that these greens are really rich in vitamin C and vitamin A and vitamin E and all those powerful carotenoids and phytochemicals, which are important in protecting us from cancer and heart disease and in lowering our cholesterol and in fighting diabetes and neurodegenerative diseases. So folks grow microgreens indoors on a windowsill. They can grow outside on a window pot. They can grow on your deck, or they can certainly grow directly in the soil in your garden. So my favorite way to eat microgreens is to put them in or on an omelet, or to actually make a salad of them, or put them in my favorite sandwich. And I've also been known to sprinkle them on my desserts. And how many days on average do you let your greens grow to?
If I'm under commercial pressure, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Now, certain crops, like your basil, it's a short crop, naturally, right? It's very short. So I give that 20 days, 21 days before it reaches a height that's easy for me to harvest.
And how about for the home growers? Because we're hoping that people get inspired by you and use this as a way to get free vegetables on their deck or their windowsill or their kitchen counter. How many days should they wait in general?
I would say 7 days. But you know, don't use a number. Observe. Anytime you're dealing with cultivation, it's observation. You have to develop a relationship. You want to look at this thing every single day. And you can determine when you want to eat it based on how it looks to you.
What is the best sell you can give as a microgreen grower to get them to at least try their first bite?
I'm going to introduce you to flavor because you haven't had it before. You've been using Lowry's or McCormick's and all that. Imagine using no seasoning and using microgreens as your flavor.
Thank you for joining me today at Dragon Spunk Farm, where we learned how tiny vegetables can be mighty medicine.